Barasi, KTN.
Now, Basic Education Principal Secretary Professor Julius Bitok is now calling on head teachers to negotiate with their students when it comes to examinations in a bid to resolve the current increase in schools unrest across the country. In a statement depicting government's inability to contain the growing indiscipline in schools, PS Bitok says there is no need to force students to sit for examinations and that it is better to postpone them to avoid destruction of school facilities. Will this new approach by PS Bitok really work? And as Chris Thyro reports, the proposal is bound to spark intense debate coming from a man at loggerheads with members of parliament who have previously accused him of being incompetent.
It is 3 weeks shy before schools break for the midterm break, but the number of schools closing before then keep rising by the day. Early this week, PS for Basic Education Professor Julius Bitok said that the government will not break early, maintaining that over 90% of schools are operating normally. Since issuing that statement, the number of schools closing early have continued to increase. According to Bitok, head teachers ought to negotiate with their students for examinations.
We have told the principals and the teachers, don't force these students to do exams. Negotiate with them. If they are not ready and you think exam, whether it is mock, whether it is continuous assessment, kama inaleta shida, ongea na wanafunzi. Kama wako tayari, afadhali ongea nao.
The statement is bound to invite criticism that the government has failed to manage the growing indiscipline in schools. Bitok maintains that postponing exams is better option than see schools' property damaged by students or even deaths, as was the case at Tumishi Girls, where 16 girls perished in an inferno.
Afadhali shule ichomeke, afadhali kuongea na wanafunzi. Si afadhali exam ikuwe postponed. Ama namna gani? Kuliko kulazimisha.
Wewe una negotiate mambo ya education, mambo ya exam na mwanafunzi ijaifanyika Kenya. He is the only PS. Anasema kaa chini na mwanafunzi mwambie, are you ready to exam ama tusongeshe? Kuna mtoto atakubali kufanya mtihani hapo kweli?
According to Bitok, there is need for teachers to negotiate with students and that the principal should be flexible and do away with mocks when tension in schools rise.
A whole technical person ya president ana mislead the country kwamba unaweza kaa chini na negotiate na mtoto wa shule umwambie siku ya mtihani ni siku fulani ama tusongeshe mbele kidogo. It is not possible. Sini sheria.
Over 100 schools have closed down this term alone, raising questions about the government's handling of the issue. Some education experts had already asked the ministry to consider closing early for midterm to help cool down tension in schools. But the man running the crucial docket has failed to heed the proposal. In the recent past, PS Bitok has found himself on the receiving end with members of parliament accusing him of incompetence. Bitok was also accused of failing to heed MP sermons.
Yourself and your PS, you have the most clueless PS in the Ministry of Education. Most clueless. He only sits in Nairobi and has no idea what goes on the ground. Get out of your offices in Nairobi, go to the ground, deal with the problems there.
The rising incidence of indiscipline could cause the PS more troubles if not handled well. And his statement too, calling for negotiation with students, will attract more interest. Chris Thyro, KTN, Nairobi.